friends, how are you? Friends, we've often heard that the particles which are there in the universe, if you look at them, their behavior changes, right? We've heard of quantum mechanics, we have heard of quantum physics, we have heard of quantum body. But how do you get to know that the particles change their behavior? Because scientists divided those particles and they found that when they whatever was the behavior of the one particles, that was the behavior of the particle on the other side also, which was much away from one part of the particles, but both parts were still doing the same activities. And how does particle get to know what they're doing, and how do they know each other? Well, if I close my eyes and I go inside and I put all my energy inside and I keep looking at that point, if I keep looking here, for example, you will feel a little bit of pressure. And if you keep your attention on that, you will also feel that there is something which is moving. That is how we internally feel that statement true, that particles move. And if you totally put your attention and sit for half an hour or so like that, and you keep looking inside at one point, you will find that your particles at that point are moving, because you will feel energy moving. When you feel energy moving, what is it? These are the particles which are being moved with the help of the oxygen. And now that they say that there are microtubules in the brain, and these are biological computing, biological, computing particles which are emitting light. But if you do meditation, you come across different kinds of light. You can see, you keep your attention here, and you will find that you can see different kinds of light. So, meditators found the same thing which is called movement inside, and the scientist found it outside. But needless to say, जिसे आप कहते हैं reality is not solid, it is fluid. Reality is not even solid, not even fluid, but reality is invisible. That reality is invisible after expressing its visibility through human beings. We can call that, when the particles are moving inside, there is a thought going on that, oh yeah, this particle is moving, oh yes, this thing is taking place inside. And that which is thought inside, now that I'm talking of, when I was silent, I was just having that thought on the screen of my consciousness, but that thought in fact was invisible. Now that we are talking of that, because we felt at that time. So reality is so subtle that it's invisible too. But that invisible, that experience, that movement, that light you can see when you sit in meditation, and when you close your eyes, that statement comes absolutely true, that reality, that particles, they, when you look at them, they change their behavior. Because now that I'm not focusing on that area, that kind of pressure is not here. Now that we are using our tongue to speak, the movement of the tongue is different, and the particles there are moving. That's absolutely true. But they are not moving it here, which means that your focus, your concentration makes a difference to the particles. And needless to say, in absolute intense concentration and focus, you can see the movement of the particles. That is what was told by Patanjali also. In Patanjali Sutra, he said that, when you focus on anything, when you concentrate on anything, it starts revealing its secrets to you. Any object, any material, and that object or material could be your own mind also, right? So if you want to understand the pure nature of consciousness, your own instrument is more than enough. It is more than a laboratory. You can put your attention wherever you want, whatever secret you want from the universe, inside or outside, you put your concentration on it and you will get to know, right? So Rupert Sheldrake, or you talk of Bruce Lipton, or you talk of Nikola Tesla, who spent all his life, researching on these things, and I heard it. Uh, uh, he remained his life. He devoted his life towards all this and in celibacy, and he was very fond of pigeons. Likewise, Einstein is also my favorite, and all those people who have paid attention to the outside world to understand the consciousness, and all those people who have paid attention inside to understand the nature of the universe, to understand the nature of the consciousness, actually were playing with the universal intelligence. Outside, the particles don't talk that we have been separated, but they yet behave in the same way, and the observer is you. Because you observe them outside, you're called scientists. You observe them inside, you're called meditators. That's the difference. Okay, thank you so much. और ये देश है वीर जवानों का, अलबेलों का, मस्तानों का. Independence Day is coming. You enjoy. And here, also in USA, we can say that today being Sunday, everybody is everybody will be having their own choice how to live their choice. They will see their own particles moving, and on Sundays normally people here go to the church, and they congregations take place, and because God never even rested on Sunday, he met his own people, right? So let's see how you spend your day today. What I had to say, I have said, and what you have to do, that is your journey. Thank you so much. God bless you. Stay tuned, happy, healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.